Kingdom versus kingdom. There's nothing like rolling into a new lost kingdom for crazy rewards, crazy fighting, new barbarians to conquer, lands to build flags on. And then you see the same reward that you've seen for the last 2 seasons of KvK. Wait, what? Hello, my friends, and welcome back. I'm Chisgule Gaming. Today, we're going to be talking about our Season 5 Kingdom vs. Kingdom rewards, which astonishingly are exactly the same as Season 4. And this reward, we also had it in Season 3. If you like Rise of Kingdoms guides that help you get value and smash your enemies, consider smashing that subscribe button for daily Rise of Kingdoms videos. We're a sponsored content creator, and we've got to say that, look, I do not like seeing the same reward for the 3rd season in a row. We're sending literally thousands of dollars worth of troops to die, and that's just me. I'd like to get something new. You know, wouldn't that be cool? Wouldn't that be cool? So in this video, we're going to talk about a couple things. First of all, what are the rewards that we see in this KvK, and why is that concerning to me? Second of all, is this as a reward even all that good in the first place? And then thirdly, how I would design KvK rewards, even though I'm not a designer and that doesn't mean I know what's best. I'm going to throw out some ideas that I think will be pretty slick. So let's start with the first idea here, which is, should the rewards be different every KvK? And the answer to me is an obvious, clear yes. In KvK Season 1, we got Sculptures of Charlemagne, and there was some amount of exclusive access to this city rallying commander. Turns out he's actually just good for that, and he's not all that great all around. So KvK Season 1 is a little bit of a bust. You learn how KvK works, you get this commander, most players aren't going to do anything with him, which is kind of a bummer when you think about the fact that you're all in for this reward that most people will never use. KvK Season 2 is the exact opposite. You get Wu Zetian, and that is a crazy powerful unlock, which for a very long time has been the best garrison commander in Rise of Kingdoms. That has now probably changed. So when Season 3 rolled up and we got a new piece of equipment, I was excited. Scolas Lucky coin, this is a cool idea. I like the idea of a piece of equipment. I don't love that you have to go and craft it and all you're getting is the blueprint so that later you can go craft it, but hey, I was hyped. I was hyped because the effect on this thing is good on any commander. Really, getting a shield is good pretty much any time. I know of no times where getting a shield is a thing I'm sad about. So that was really cool. Then Season 4 rolled around and we got the coin again. So I thought maybe they're giving the coin again because unlike the situation we have with commanders where, hey, with a commander, you can get them later in Card King. So if you don't win KvK Season 1, you can get Charlemagne later in Card King. You don't win KvK Season 2, you can get Wu Zetian later in Card King. Much later, but you can get her. I thought maybe there's no other way to get this lucky coin. So they've got a second season so that folks have another opportunity to get the coin. That seems reasonable to me, right? So now we're in the 3rd season in a row of lucky coin. And that doesn't excite me. First of all, there's a couple reasons. First of all, there's a couple downsides to the coin, and we'll talk about whether or not now the coin is any good. The first thing you need to know is that you have to be taking normal attacks to even trigger this 500 damage factor shield, and there's only a 10% chance of that happening. So when attacked, there's a chance you get that 500 damage factor shield for 2 seconds, 10% chance of that. And that can only trigger once every 5 seconds. So that's the other thing I don't like about this is that there's an internal cooldown. So you're getting 500 damage factor worth of shielding, really more on average, I don't know, I'm making this up, once every 12 seconds or 15 seconds, because there's a 5-second internal cooldown. So sometimes it'll proc early, sometimes it'll proc late, but there's a 5-second internal cooldown, so it's not all that frequent. So the damage factor per second is honestly kind of low. The thing I like about it is that this is good on really any commander. But if you compare to the other things you could make, with the amount that goes into this coin, it's actually kind of astonishing. We've really gone from a Season 1 KvK reward that nobody's going to bother to max out except a very small number of players because they're whales, to now KvK Season 3 through 5 having a reward that is so expensive for most players to make that, like, they would use it if they ever made it, but it's going to take like a year for most players to go and do. It is 120 legendary materials for Scolas Lucky coin. Well, guess what? Instead, you could make 2 copies of Shio's Return and also a Sacred Grip if you wanted. I mean, you could literally make 3 other legendaries for the same amount of materials it takes to make a lucky coin. For most players, this is something that even if they unlock it, they'll never make. Much like how Charlemagne was a commander that if they obtained it, they'll never expertise it or even really use it for much of anything. I don't like that. I really don't like that at all. So I would make the argument that the lucky coin is a solid item. And it's still the item I would use in almost every rally situation or garrison situation. I would use that plus one other thing that's good. That one other thing I would be using is either going to be Pendant of Eternal Night or likely to be Delane's Amulet. Maybe it would be Silent Trial, but I would honestly kind of count on other players that are on the battlefield to be swarming a rally or doing other things to kind of give me this same effect. All that to say, it's not even all that necessary. So here we've got a KvK reward that we've gotten 3 seasons in a row. It's prohibitively expensive to make. And the benefit is honestly not so good that you'd be like, yeah, hook me up with that 4th Scolas Lucky coin or 3rd lucky coin pattern. No. So what do I think that KvK rewards should look like? In my opinion, there's a couple things I would do. First of all, rather than have this lucky coin, let's say that this is just a, that it is going to change. And I don't think it will at this point. But if it is the wrong reward and they're like, actually, we didn't mean for it to be this, it's supposed to be something else, I would honestly rather see like a question mark over here. We don't know what the reward is. Question mark blueprint pattern, right? Like question mark full pattern of, I don't even care what. Like, give me something to hope for that's not this, okay? So I would rather in Season 5 see to be determined something that might be good, might suck, we'll figure it out later, than to see this for the 3rd time. So I would prefer that for a commander. I would prefer that for equipment. Now, do I think KvK rewards should be a commander or equipment? I would make the argument that a commander is a lot more accessible to most people as a thing that they could go and expertise. But we have a lot of commanders that people still have an expertise and you could go work on. I like the idea of equipment. In my perfect world, here's how KvK rewards would work. And this doesn't mean this is the right way to do it. It's just as a non-designer of games, here's what I'm thinking. I'm just an avid player of games, right? I would enjoy collecting a special KvK set that has a set bonus. These items will be incrementally better than other items that we have available, mostly because there's a set bonus. Or maybe they all have health, because that is arguably the best stat in the game. Card up in the top if you haven't seen that video. So I would love if there was a set that, if it's not actually better than these items, inherently is better because you could have a set bonus. That's the thing I would be hunting for. Some incremental gain that over the course of multiple KvKs, you could work on your set. And it could even be like a 6-piece set, it could be really crazy. I like the idea of getting something that gives you value over time and that getting more of it gives you more value. So how would I claim the rewards? How would I design this? I would make it so that when you go and you get one of these accomplishments, you get 1 token that you can go to a shop and you can convert that token in this shop for whatever other pattern you wanted. It would be one of the 6 pieces of the set. So you could choose, hey, you know what? This KvK, if we win, I'm going to go and I'm going to get the helmet. Or I'm going to redeem my token for the chest piece or the weapon or whatever it is that you really want. So that over time, you're working on a set that gives us something to strive for over the course of multiple Kingdom versus Kingdoms. And it also gives you some value to actually doing even better and getting, like extra, tokens or coins. There's now incentive to really beat the snot out of your opponent. Whereas today, look, there's no one kingdom that's going to get all 4, of these fortresses belonging to the enemy. It's It's just never going to happen. This achievement is so unrealistic for the design of this KvK. So I would like the idea of a token-based system where you trade it in for equipment that you can actually craft that is actually valuable. And you know what I love about the idea of a token system? Is that you don't have to actually have all of the stuff available in the shop after the first season of KvK where that system shows up, right? Like season 5 of KvK, there might only be the helmet available. And in season 6 of KvK, there's the chest piece and the helmet. And in season 7, there's the chest piece, the helmet, and the weapon. So yet again, you have an element of choice. And if you lost one KvK, you can go backwards and get the reward for the previous. Heck, if they wanted, they could release a new commander this way. And you trade in your 1 KvK token win for 10 sculptures of the new commander. See what I mean? That's the system that I would ultimately use to make KvK really exciting, regardless of when you do it. I would convert the whole of Light and Darkness to be a token-based reward system with a shop where you can turn that token in for one of the reward. Maybe it's the lucky coin. Spoiler alert, I suspect it wouldn't be. And maybe it's this other stuff that could be really cool. That's how I would design the KvK reward system. And that is an important way to design that system, in my opinion, because what I think is not particularly healthy for the game is all of this switching kingdoms between one kingdom to another to try to get a specific KvK reward. I really dislike the idea of people feeling like they need to leave communities that they enjoy in order to get a KvK reward that they feel they need, which has been the case with Wu Zetian. So hopefully you enjoyed this video. It's my sincere hope that all of these rewards will change. I would have thought for sure that because we have the lucky coin and the individual honor roll reward is literally a city skin from the last KvK, and the alliance skin reward, that the name plaque, is also the same from the last KvK, that we will see something new. But time will tell. Will this change? Will it not change? I don't know. I don't know. There is a suggestion portion of the official Rise of Kingdoms Discord where you can go and upvote some suggestions that have been made that, like, hey, the lucky coin is not the most exciting reward. I think that's a constructive way to offer feedback. Here's me offering my hopefully constructive way of offering feedback. Do I like this reward? No. Do I think it should change? Yes. Yes, I do. Hopefully you enjoyed this video. If you did, consider throwing a like on the video and subscribing to the channel for more daily Rise of Kingdoms good stuff. And hey, if you're looking for something else to watch, check out my KvK Season 4 playlist, card up in the top, where we went in and we fought for this lucky coin. Or you could check out KvK Season 3, where we also fought for this lucky coin. Until next time, you have fun smashing the kingdom.